Hello, this is Priscilla, and welcome to the Conversational Speaking Hour. Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Teacher, I'm
It's
doing well.
great. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. So today we are going to just pretty much talk. We will read our article, and then we will just talk. And if we need to do something else, then we will do that. But right now, I think we're just going to read it once and not have an activity per se. We'll just practice engaging in conversation. You will be doing more talking than myself. I'm going to pull up the activity now. And go to here. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen. It has the
Yes,
objective.
I
Okay,
can.
great. The objective is that you'll be able to speak fluently in a variety of situations for a variety of purposes and audiences. We're going to practice behaviors of effective speakers and assess strengths in speaking and set goals for future growth. So today, it is a free-for-all. Hello, Vincenzo.
Hi,
Vincenzo,
teacher.
in this session, this is a session that we were in a session just before this one, but this session is where we talk about the things that we were discussing earlier. Okay?
Yes.
So we have a full hour of engaging conversation. So let's get started. So now that you know what your objective is, I'm going to let Daniel just read this and then we can talk about anything. Okay, Daniel, go ahead and read that without stopping.
Language learners are often too embarrassed or shy to say anything when they do not understand another speaker or when they realize that I
Oh, wait a minute. Is it still there? Can you see it now?
can see.
Okay, I need to put it back. Is it there now?
No?
No.
Is it there now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh, they realize that a conversation partner has not understood them. It is suggested that students use relations exercise. This type of exercise will help the language learner reduce his or her public speaking stress and tension. One such exercise is to sit comfortable with your back straight. The next thing to do is to breathe for 4 to 5 seconds and then slowly exhale. Continue.
Yes, continue.
A good conversational English coach can help the good learner to overcome his reticence of speaking by assuring the learner that misunderstanding and the need for clarification can occur in any type of interactions regardless of the student's speaking level.
Mm.
Finally, relax your facial muscle by opening your mouth and eyes wide and closing them tightly for several seconds while visualizing yourself speaking, walking confidentially to the podium as you prepare to address the audience.
Okay.
Imagine
Mm-hmm. Continue.
imagine yourself speaking spontaneously with a nice clear voice as you accept the recognition and award for best speaking performance.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very nicely read. Now, when we were talking earlier, Vincenzo had some great ideas, and he had the
Yes.
suggestion that my mini stories, which is what I present to you all, I present little tiny short stories that are morsel bits that you can manage in one lesson. and take away with that one lesson lots of vocabulary or a better understanding of an idea, a concept, or an idiom than you would if you had read for 2 hours an article on something that was heavy and full of detailed, specific information. Now, in order to help the English language learner better understand the grammar, Vincenzo said it would be good if many stories were made with, say, a story was made with just verbs or phrasal verbs or something like that. That would help the learner. I say that most learners who are learning to speak English, you've had more studies in school learning grammar than most native speaking people. I never learned grammar the way that I hear the students talk about how they learn grammar, but this is my native language and I've heard the language all my life. And the main thing for me is to be understood. It is too much work for me to embark upon at this time. This is not to say that I won't do it, but right now I've got enough little mini stories to last me probably a lifetime of Sundays to not have to embark upon creating something else. So we're just talking, Daniel, about whatever might come to your mind. But as far as developing your speaking skills from the article that you just read from the passage that you just read, most people need someone to hold their hand. They cannot depend upon themselves to do it alone. Usually it will come at a price. You will have to pay for it. And anything worth having should come with some type of monetary price. If it's not monetary, there should be something in exchange. I know that I'm talking a little more than I normally would, so now I'm going to try and get some feedback to see how much of what I've said so far are you understanding. Are you understanding what I'm saying, Daniel?
Yes, 80%.
Okay, so now I will continue. If you get 80%, that's good because I'm repeating what I say. For 7 years, I have worked on my doctoral degree, my PhD, and I'm in the last 7 weeks of finishing it. For 7 years, I worked with people overseas, and they never paid me anything for what I did. But that was okay. The reason it was okay is because I was getting what I needed. I needed to have lots of volunteers to practice with. And that is why I know the mini story or these tiny morsels actually work. But the students themselves that were not paying anything, they would come when it was convenient for them, not when it was convenient for me. But because I needed them more than they needed me, so they thought, I had to wait on them to get what I needed to do done. So that's why I know when something is free, it isn't valued as much as if you pay for it. If you pay for it, you value it. I don't have any value for putting a mini story together about verbs at the moment. I'm not saying, again, I won't do it. But if I had a private student that was willing to pay me to do it, then I would do it because that person is paying me to do it. And then once I've done it, I could bring it in here to the Verbling site. But it serves no purpose for me to create one for the Verbling site because the students are coming here already to hear me with the lessons that I've currently created. So no one is saying, I'm not coming back because you don't do this type of story. But I like the idea of knowing what others believe will be useful for them. Finally, Daniel, do you remember the story where we read about 80% of your success is going to depend upon passion?
I think, yes.
Okay, so whatever anyone wants to do, if they can't have 80% passion, the path that they choose is not going to be effective. because the path is only 20%. Now, you can eventually get there, but 20% is going to take you a lot longer to accomplish than if you can put in 80%. All right, so we were just talking, and there we have it. I am happy to be your coach. I'm happy to be a coach here on Verbaling, and I love the variety of people that are coming to me now. When I first started, I wasn't sure if I was going to get who was going to come and follow me and show me that they appreciated what I do. But since I've been on for 3 weeks now, I'm really happy with the people that come and support and encourage me that they like what I'm doing. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say. It's open conversation. Open mic is what we call it. It's open mic. I'll do a class called open mic next time. Okay, speak, Vincenzo. Speak, Daniel.
Okay, so if you want to know my opinion is that yes, what I have discovered in this class is yes, what I said before is something more interesting about the way you are you remember things. So perhaps yes, we don't focus too much about our way to remember things.
Yeah,
And
Vincenzo, could you
yeah,
turn your microphone?
excuse me.
I had
I
to
was
turn my volume up really, really high.
no. I was relaxing me because I was in my bed. Yes, my bed and the microphone was very far from here.
Okay, now that's
I,
loud. Now I can.
wait a moment. Excuse me. I can repeat because I think the best way to follow your classes is to stay in bed.
That's
Yes,
No,
not,
yes,
that
yes,
sounds like I'm
yes,
boring. That
yes,
sounds like
yes.
I'm boring. That sounds like I'm boring.
But not sleeping, not sleeping. I try to sleep. I'm not trying to sleep. Yes, I'm not going to sleep.
Okay.
Yes, yes, that's a very interesting discovery that I've made because I have to focus about my way to remember things, and I think my way is to when I read something to see this story like a film because
Oh, I like that. I like how you see
because
it
yes
like
because a film you can remember you can
mm-hmm.
have a line I don't know something that you can okay, how can I say can get everything that is going to happen one after another, no? Like a film. You can
Mm-hmm.
remember in this way, but you have to discover your way to remember. Perhaps I think this is for me this is a good thing,
Mm-hmm.
and this is what your story, your method have caused me this possibility, no? Because in this way I can remember
Mm-hmm.
much than before, much than yes, than,
And and I'd like to add to this, Vincenzo, that
yeah,
because the stories are so small,
yeah,
most of the stories will build on the other story. The stories somehow connect to the other
yeah.
story.
Yes, you have a story more complicated. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
but yes, the fact is this: when I have a story, but generally, yes, I can get all the words. But when you are somewhere, when you are describing something with words that I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
that's very strange. That caused me a how can I say a hole in in the process of remembering all the process of remembering, and that's very bad because I would like to know. Yes, but it's impossible to know all the kind of say the kind of adjective that you are using.
But
That
this is what
yes.
this is.
Allora, but the meaning, the substance of the story is more important. And so I was speaking about the possibility to synthesize with verbs. Yes, I can say, speaking with only verbs, I can synthesize all the story in a very few, in a few time, no, in a few time. If I know the verbs, no, I can say all the verb, but lose the, how can I say, I lose the beautiful of the story, like the verb, the adjective that you have used in the story before
Mhm.
about the boy that was leaving the family, no, was leaving the family. It
Mhm.
was that the atmosphere, the beginning. There was an atmosphere very interesting,
Mhm.
and yes, but I can't remember very well because I am not accustomed with the adjective that you use. Yes,
Well, I want to say in terms of vocabulary, Vincenzo
yes,
and Daniel,
yes. But
when
this is
I
very interesting because I'm very interested also in the description, teacher. When in the lot of the adjectives are very important,
mhm,
and I like them. I like them, teacher. But is this that can differentiate a story from another? Because
mhm,
the atmosphere is very important. Perhaps this is in a yellow books. How do you call it? The when there is a detective story or something like that. Something.
mhm,
Yes, the atmosphere is very important. Also, a psychological atmosphere. Yes, it can describe things in a very good way using adjectives. Yeah,
mhm.
okay, okay, I stop. Yes.
So what I wanted to say is when I give you those vocabulary words in the box
Yeah,
that are definitely from the story, and then I ask someone to give you additional words, the purpose for that is to reinforce for you that you know specific words. Then, while you know specific words, you are reviewing, repeating, and revisiting the words that you know, and you have new words that you're learning in a
yeah,
fun way. And then when those words show up in a story, you already know them without any effort because it wasn't as if you were going to get a grade for it. You want to see, you want to push yourself to do more, be more, and it's non-threatening when you do it this way. And while you're saying these same words and other people are listening to you tell your funny story, it is because everybody, if there are 5 people coming to the class, we have 5 mini stories, 5 short stories
yeah,
given to us.
yes,
And we remember because it's repetition
yes, yes, yes.
and it's fun and it's entertaining. And
Also,
and
yeah,
I just find myself laughing at the stories that we create when we are put under pressure and we sit in a hot seat and you have 30 seconds um,
yeah.
to do that.
I must
So,
say, teacher, that I'm fascinated from the use of the adjectives
hmm
because you can have a variety of description
but I
and
love to read. I love to read. I love to read. So
uh,
anything that
uh,
I'm getting is coming from someplace else.
yes,
Of
but
course, it is mine. It is mine, but it's because I love to read, and that's something. That's a passion that Daniel is speaking about. You have to be passionate about something. My mother will tell you that anywhere if we were in the car, I had a book. If I was in the bed, I had a book. If I was on the bus, I had a book. I love
yeah, yeah, yeah,
reading.
yeah.
Hmm
Yes, I'm not so like a reader like you, teacher, but yes, I would like. Okay,
hmm
anyway.
So Daniel, jump in and say
Yes.
something.
Yes, Jen, then. What
Okay. I'm 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 learning English for three. I've learned English for 3 years,
Hmm
and the best way to improve my vocabulary is clearly reading articles or books.
hmm
And when I see a word 2, 3, 4 times,
hmm
then little by little is recording in my mind, in my
hmm
brain,
hmm This is
in
true.
my yes, in for example, in my career, in my job,
Hmm
I'm surveyor. okay, but it's a particularly vocabulary I learned in surveyor articles. It's a technician's words, but the only way to learn this kind of words is reading again and again the same article, looking for the words I don't know what it means.
Mm-hmm.
In your class, it's the way to learn new vocabulary.
Mm-hmm.
It's a strange vocabulary for me because there are a lot of words sometimes I never heard them.
Mm-hmm. But once you hear them in the story, it becomes easier to remember them, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
One of the things that you said, Daniel, that I think I find interesting is that
Mm.
if you are looking at things that are subject matter specific, you will need to read articles again and again and again. But at some point, those same words should start to reappear. When I embarked upon my doctoral program, I thought this was the hardest reading ever because of the way that the writing was. It was the writing that it was as if no one ever said anything. It was someone else quoting someone else quoting, that it was hard for me to get that. But after the first year, it's easy for me to read very scholarly material and understand what it is that it's saying, especially if it has to do with technology. Now, I can't fix a computer, but I can understand things better.
yes.
I would suggest that you take make a book or a web page or a blog and put your words in the blog. I started doing that 7 years ago, creating a blog because I got so many blogs, but that was a way for me to keep up with what I wanted to do, what I wanted to remember, and how I wanted to remember it. And that served me very well by doing something that way. But you have to, whatever method you use, it's the passion that's going to be the saving grace.
I
Perhaps,
think
excuse me, teacher, if I have the question
Sure.
about, yes, perhaps you have found the way you remember, the method you remember, the best method that is for you only, not
Mhm.
for me or for the other students,
Mhm.
but the personal method to remember your things. You have discovered this about these studies or not?
Yeah, this is
Uh,
what the research. This is what the research says.
uh,
The research says. But again, what I say about anything,
yeah.
the research says that many stories work. But I'm saying, and the research also says that 80% of success, whether it's driving a car, finding a girlfriend, boyfriend, losing weight, it is going to be the passion. It's called the Pareto
Yeah,
principle. It's the
I
Pareto
get.
principle. It's 80-20. 80% has to be the maximum of anything that you do in order for it to be what comes out on top.
Ah, okay.
People who say they want to go on a diet and lose weight, they spend 80% of their time eating. Therefore,
Yeah,
therefore,
yeah.
therefore, they don't go on they don't stay on their diet. They spend 20% on their they spend 20% of their time doing
Yes,
what they should be doing, but it
yes,
is
yes, yes,
not
yes,
enough.
yes. I understand what you are saying because sometimes I think that trying a method could be helpful to you, but the principal thing is the passion that you
It is
put
the
in
it is the passion.
the
And
passion that you put in your thing, not to find a stereotype, stereotype,
mhm,
stereotype of method stereotype to remember things. You know,
mhm,
it's the passion. The passion is you can remember things in various in a lot of ways. No, lot of ways. Not we have not to crystallize. about the method, no? Perhaps, no? Perhaps this is an error of mine, no? An error of mine to think that I have to find the method, no? To remember things.
Well,
No?
now a strategy is useful.
Yes, because when you put all these words, I try to put all together, finding a strategy. Yes,
Yeah,
teacher.
you have to.
Uh,
I mean, a strategy is important, but first, but I want to say, if you don't have a strategy
yeah,
and you have the passion, if you don't have the strategy if you don't have the strategy and you have the passion, you'll find a way. Your 80% will make it work for you. But
yes,
if you have a
it's
but if
understood. No, you have strategy. You have a
but if
strategy
you
because you have passion, teacher. You can find. You, you are going to find the strategy because you have
exactly
passion.
you have the passion and you well no well understand what I'm saying though, Vincenzo. If
Yeah,
you have 80% of the passion,
yeah,
you're going to be trying this today, this tomorrow, because you're just very passionate. And eventually you're going to look up upon what is going to be good and fruitful. So as I've gone far, you know how long, if I had known Verbaline was out here 7 years ago, I would have been here on Verbaline. But
yeah.
I didn't know about Verbaline. So I was doing all the things that I was doing, and I loved Verbaline. I didn't know it was here though. I don't know. But I say when the student is ready, the teacher will come. And I may not be, if I had found Verbling 7 years ago, I would not have had the time to develop the lessons that I have now because people still would have come to me and I would have said, okay, this is sufficient. I don't need to do any more. Maybe.
Mm,
But
yeah.
because I was on a mission to learn something and explore something, I was able to put together a repertoire of many things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hello, Kitty How are you? Good.
Hello,
How are you?
fine.
Good. It's nice to see you. Today is it's like an open mic. I'm not sure if you know of open mic, but it's like open mic. We're talking, giving you the opportunity to discuss something
Do you hear
related to.
me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
Did you want to say something?
okay. You can call me Hope.
Okay. Thank you. Ho. Kiddaboom. Okay. I doubt I will tell you that of the what I think I have 400 students. I don't think I'm going to remember that because what I look at is I look at the name that's here. Unless you come to all of my classes, then I will remember. But right now, today, I probably will just have to remember what I see. And but thank you for sharing that with us. Okay.
Okay, okay.
Would you like to say something?
Would you like to say something more?
Uh, I come from Thailand.
Okay.
Okay.
It's good to see you here too. How long have you been on this platform?
Uh, 2 days.
Oh, well,
Oh, yeah.
welcome. You are what we
Yeah.
call a newbie.
It's
You
a
are
baby
a new,
Berlin.
Oh, dear.
huh?
This,
What?
this card is my first time.
Okay. Well, welcome, welcome. And again, this. I hope that you will come, and I hope
Wow.
that you will choose to follow me. But right now, we're just talking about what it takes to be successful in speaking conversational English, and it takes passion. Are you passionate about speaking, Kitabum?
Yes.
And how do you know that you're passionate about it? How do you
I want,
recognize that? How do you recognize this as passion?
when I saw some foreigner, I want to communicate with them
Mm-hmm.
and I want to understand
Okay.
them. Yes.
Do you think about English all the time?
Um, not at all.
Would you be willing to give up your sleep sometimes to be involved in conversational English. I'm just trying to help you identify passion. Passion is passion is something that no matter what anyone says, you're not going to let them stop you from doing it.
You're doing English language.
Okay, so let me tell you something. Um, I started at 11 o'clock last night, and I have been on from 11 till 9. So however many hours I have been on today, but guess what my passion is? Vincenzo, what is my passion? What did I say about next week?
No,
Where am I-
teacher.
Where am I
What do you
going
think?
next? Where am I-
spend time teaching English.
No,
You have a
no,
lot of passion. I don't know. I can.
no. Well,
I can
Vincenzo,
value
no,
this.
no, Vincenzo, didn't I tell you I was going on vacation? So now I have money to go on vacation. So,
So,
I
do you have money or not, teacher? Do you have money?
I do now because I stayed up. I taught lessons every day for every hour.
Yes. But yes, it's a
Yeah.
choice. Yes, but
Yes.
perhaps this year is good because the weather is not good, teacher. No.
Oh no, the weather's going to be good. The weather's good where I'm going.
In
And I
Italy, one day is cloudy, another day we have sun, so
Mhm.
it's possible to predict to have a
Mhm.
prediction about the future.
Forecast.
Yeah.
Forecast, yeah. Well, the good thing is I'm not teaching outside, and I disciplined myself. I knew what I needed to do. I know how much
Yes.
money I need, and so I have enough money to do what I need to go on vacation next week. Well, I won't be
Yeah.
going until Thursday, so I'll be
Yeah.
on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Yes.
I'll be online, and then I'm going on vacation for about 10 days.
Yes.
So don't think I've left. I'll be back, but I'm on
No, no, no.
vacation.
Yes.
Where are you going
Yes.
to go
But
on vacation?
we are waiting for you, teacher.
I'm going to go. I'm going to
Don't
Missouri.
forget this. Don't forget this. We
I
are
will not. I'm going to go. I'm going to go to Missouri to visit my brother
Yeah.
in Missouri.
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 Yeah, Cape
Okay.
Girardeau, Missouri.
Mm.
That's
How
where I'm
long
going. Just
it
for
is?
7 days. We're flying. We're going to
Oh.
fly in to St.
fine.
Louis. St. Louis is
Mhm.
pretty much what you might know. St. Louis, Missouri.
What country?
Well, it's the United States.
The country,
Okay.
I didn't
the jazz.
I didn't make that much money.
Okay.
St. Louis, the country
Yeah.
of the jazz.
Yeah, that's right. They
Yeah.
call it the show me state. Missouri is the show me state. Yeah,
Oh.
that's Missouri.
Did you understand the South accent? Well,
Who, me?
yeah,
I speak this. I am Southern. I live in the South.
yeah.
Yeah, I live in.
I thought you are living in the north.
No.
Okay.
The North, they speak so fast. Oh, the
okay.
Northern. No, I live in the South,
Oh.
Okay.
and they call us
Oh.
the Southern Belles, and we're the nicest people, the friendliest people.
Yeah. Yes, I
Like,
like gospel,
like in
teacher. I like
Spain.
gospel.
Oh yes. Oh, I love gospel.
Yeah.
Mahalia Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Bahari, yes. I have to rediscover this song because I like them very much. Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Uh,
One day we're gonna get together.
Yes, it's a very
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Yes.
Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Yeah.
And then I started to shout, woo, woo.
Long
Okay.
time from a long way from home.
Yeah.
What
You
is this? What's I don't remember exactly what this kind of song. We are long way from home.
a long way from. I can't think of it. I don't know that one. I might know it, but I'd have to hear it. I'd
Yeah.
have to hear the rhythm and then
It's
join
very
in.
very beautiful. Yes, very beautiful
Okay.
song.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you living, teacher? Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi?
No, I live about 4 hours from Georgia. I live in North Carolina, home of
North Carolina.
home of the Panthers. We have the
Okay.
Panthers. We have a basketball team. We have
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
baseball team. I'm going to bring pictures of my hometown one day
I'm
and
looking
share.
in the
Share.
map.
Yes.
What's that?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm looking the map for
Okay, you look on
USA.
the map. Okay, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kitabum, what do you hope to gain from being on Verbeling? You look very young, so I don't think
Uh,
you're in college. I don't know.
yes. I just graduated.
Oh, from high school?
No, university.
Really? You look like a young person.
Thank
So,
you.
what is your area of study?
Uh, information technology.
Wow. So we
Wow.
should become good friends. So when I have problems with my computer, I can say, Kitabum, I have this problem. Can you walk me through this? So we do believe in networking and get things done. So have you found the job yet?
uh, Next 2 months,
Mm-hmm.
I will I will be a programmer.
Oh, now are you in Thailand now or are you in the States?
Thailand. Now I'm
Okay.
freelance programmer.
Okay, freelance program. Do you do games? Do you know how to
No,
program games?
like website and web application.
Okay, good for you.
Oh,
Good
okay.
for you. I'm proud of you. So
Thank
that
you.
is that is great. That is great. You should get yourself a blog going and find out what people need. And this is a passion. Find out what people need, and I will
Yeah.
tell you, Daniel and Vincenzo, we were talking about, or I was more like saying
Yes,
when you.
for example, there is a saying that I read in Berlin, like a mark, no? He say our intention is to so the people fluent, no? To become to make the people be fluent in English. But I would change it to be yes, to have how do you say, not talent, to
Beginner.
no, I mean to have passion. The principal thing is passion. Yeah,
Okay, so teach them the value of being
yeah,
patient. Okay,
yeah. Passion, not patient.
yeah, I got it. To wait, do not be in a rush.
To have patience, to have patience.
Okay, I can do that.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would change it this way because the fluent, yes, is a goal.
Mhm.
But patience is something inside that you have to take out to discover, to improve, to yes,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I'll think about it and write it up, and then I'll redo it. I don't know when I'll redo it.
Oh dear. No, we have to finish. Okay, we have also to have 20 minutes. Okay.
So,
Uh,
Kitabum, did you come to me because you listened to my introduction?
Yes.
No, you didn't. You came to me. You came to me because there probably wasn't that many
If you
native
have
speakers that wrote.
two two class two class now.
Okay, so you heard what he said. I asked him did he come because he listened to the introduction. I knew he didn't because most people don't. Most
Oh,
people will just look to see what's available, and if they don't like it, they just go away. And
oh,
then, but there's
this
no
is
need. You
yes,
can
this
listen
is
to it, but I will change it, Vincenzo. But I don't think that that's really that important. I don't think that many people listen to it.
this is the
Daniel.
first time they have a continuous speaking teacher with you because I didn't speak so much continuously. Yes, that's the first time that I had the possibility to speak in this way. And this only this
Well,
is going to happen
I,
only with you, teacher.
I think actually, Vincenzo, you and I connected immediately from the very first day that we met. It was just you have such a warmth about you or something, and you make me laugh that
Yeah, yeah.
that I find that very engaging. So,
Yes, yes.
but anyway.
What was about? What was about teacher? Can you remember? Can you remember what was the first thing that made you laugh?
It was just that you would say that, teacher, I can't do this. No, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. I just want to talk. And I would say, and I was new, and
It's
I was
very
saying,
important if you can remember.
and I was saying that no, verbally is expecting me to not just be chit chatting. I need to get on with my lesson, and you wanted to talk, and it was just like, no, I need to show my lesson because when you first start someplace, you don't know exactly what you're supposed to do or how you're supposed to do it, but you
Yeah.
need to have people come and want to be in the class. So, and I didn't know if you were really a student or if you were really verbling, just trying to throw me off.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
but you're just a real fun character,
The
so I
things
appreciate that.
seems so stupid thing, but they are important. I don't know why, but
Hmm.
anyway. Okay.
Yeah, but we love you.
Mm.
We love you. All right, so Daniel, what else would you like to say?
Uh, I don't know.
Well, your ability to speak should be every time I get an opportunity to speak, I should say something to continue to practice and practice and practice.
I think
Okay,
it's something personal is important about this. You have to express something that is up to you personally, personal.
Mhm. Yeah.
This is the best way for you to express yourself because
Mhm.
you
Mhm.
you you can't be a stereotype or something. If you are yourself. You are unique.
Yeah, you're unique. Okay.
Yes, yes. Go, keep going.
Okay. I like that.
it is
Continue.
im- it is important the passion,
Yeah.
but you need what to say a tools a box tools
Mhm. Two
for
box.
for
A two
to
box.
box to box for
Mhm.
doing that. For me, is Berlin is the point from I improve my conversational English very fast.
Mhm.
4 months ago,
Okay. Good. Excellent.
Yes.
I was studying grammar, verbs, uh, speaking myself, but I didn't speak with another people
Mhm.
in English,
Mhm. Mhm.
and at the beginning it was very hard. I was afraid every time I had to speak English in Berlin,
Mhm.
but right now it's like I need 2 or 3 hours a day in Berlin.
Yes.
Mhm.
Today is Sunday, and usually I'm going to swimming pool or for a walk,
Mhm.
but I always have time to take 1 or 2 classes in
Okay.
Berlin.
And that is the passion. That is the passion that we speak about. And you continue to have the passion. And what you did in 4 months, in 4 more months, you will be even better. You'll be
Yeah,
even better.
I think so.
So, Amir, Amir is doing a lot
Mm.
of writing. Daniel, not Daniel. Amir, Daniel is sending you, I mean, Daniel, Amir is sending you some congratulatory comments. But I would say, too, it's not that much of a distraction. But I would say that Amir, you would be better not typing so much, but as to listen, because what that does to me, it is distracting that you're writing because I think that you're asking a question, but you're not. And say for Kidman, you're taking his attention away from his whole purpose for being in the forum. Uh, and I don't mean that unkindly because I like for people to come in and listen. if they're not going to come into the forum, then listen and learn and take what you can from the conversation that is evolving. But Kittybum, if you're here just to type, then I don't think that you're getting the full benefit of being here. I want
Oh,
you to know that you are welcome and you can continue to type by all means. You can continue
Okay.
to type. But if you're going to type, you are taking away from the opportunity to learn. Does that make sense?
okay.
Because you can type after we close this forum. Sometimes we have to type. Sometimes we want to acknowledge someone and say, "Hey, I'm glad that you're here." But when you go into a longer conversation of typing,
Yeah.
you don't have any hesitancy in typing. You can do that without any difficulty. It is the verbalization that you want to improve on. So you come into the forum to practice the areas in which you are weak. Does that make sense, Kitabun?
Okay. Uh, Oram,
Yes?
in Warbling, or do you mean community in Warbling?
Well, they do have communities, which is where you go and you type because the people aren't there. But when you
Oh,
come to the live session, you should actually use your voice as opposed to typing.
okay.
Because when you type, to me, I don't want anyone to misunderstand what I'm saying. To me, that verbally chat really is for the teacher. It is for the teacher to acknowledge what some student isn't understanding but may not be able to verbalize. It is not really for typing conversation. So every time something is typed, my attention goes over there, and then it isn't something that I needed to address, and I'm still human, and I lose my train of thought because what is there is not. And then when someone in the forum starts to chat with someone in the window, it gets like, okay, so then it becomes like, Vincenzo, why are you here? If you want to have the conversation by typing, you should excuse yourself if you understand what I'm saying. But Amir, I'm not speaking against what you're doing. I'm just saying I would prefer that you just listen, which is what you're saying. You agree with me. I would prefer that you listen, and then when you are speaking with me in some other format or whatever, then we continue to discuss the way that we normally discuss, if that makes sense. So, Kittybun, I'd like to hear your voice. I'd like to hear you say something. Anything.
Okay.
What's your why do you like to be a programmer? What do you like about programming?
In my high school, I like to play a game first,
Mhm.
and when I play a game a long time, in
Mhm.
one day, 3 or 8 hours per day.
Mhm. That's passion.
But yeah, yes.
Uh-huh.
But then I want to make a game
Mhm.
uh, that I want to learn how to create a game,
Mhm.
and I'm learning to make a website like
Mhm.
coding.
Mhm.
C, Java is have to learn from making a website.
Mhm.
That is the first thing that I use for to be a programmer.
Okay. So, Kittybun, as I listen to you, where did you learn English in Thailand?
Yes.
Okay, and you do very well, and this is what I mean by you do very well. You take the time to not allow yourself to say ah. Even when you pause, you don't say the ahs, and I can appreciate
Okay.
that.
When in my university,
Oh, there was
don't
a.
have okay, don't have time to speak English.
Mm-hmm. You
Four
did it.
years I'm
Continue.
learning. I learn in Thai.
Mm-hmm.
I have 3 course for English credit, but
Great.
but I think it's too little for improve my skill.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that I'm saying that I'm as I listen to you, what you probably want to improve, or where you will improve, is the rate at which you speak, because you speak with the words, the clarity. I understand. It's just that there is the delay in your speech, where
Yes.
your delay and other language learners' delay, they feel their delay with uhs and ums and erns. You do not, and that's a good thing. So
Okay.
now you're just going to pick up the rate of speed when you're speaking, and that should not take that long to do. Now that someone has pointed it out to you, and a lot of things that language learners are not aware of, they don't know what they need to do differently. They
Mm.
just keep listening and saying the same thing, but no one is pointing out to them that they're saying ahs and erms and ums. They know that they're saying something, but no one is telling them that that is part of the big problem to
Yes.
eradicate the uhs and ums and erns. And then I was working with, I think she's from Japan, Heidi, and someone else. That GL sound, if no one is telling you that you aren't saying gl, gl, and you're saying gl, gl, you continue to say it. So as your coach, I'm going to tell you that this is the sound, this is what it should sound like. So last night we had a list of words, and I said I would do this, which is similar to the verbs, but create a story of GL words. Like the gladiator gladly glided along the seashore. As he glowed, whatever I'm going to write, but those GLs is what I'm working on. But it will take me a minute to finish it, but I will do that, um, so that, because Heidi shows up just as much as you do, Vincenzo, and when people are my followers, I really want them to continue to come to me and get what they are desiring, once I know what they desire from me. Okay. Well, guys, we're almost at the top of the hour. I do want to say I am so appreciative of you all following me, coming to visit with me. Please follow me, send me feedback, send me a note. Everybody likes to get a note. Amir, you can even send me a note. And Kitty Boom, you can talk to me. You can send me a note. Find Priscilla in Verbling and say, "Hi, Priscilla. I was in your class. I enjoyed your class." Daniel, I'm still waiting for the first note from you. Vincenzo did send me a note, but you can send me some more.
Yes, yes. Where it's
We
possible.
always enjoy reading.
How
So
it's possible? How is it possible, teacher?
you
I
you
don't know
sent it.
how to.
Well, you sent it on Google Plus.
Google Plus. I have to go to Google Plus and find your name and find your name. That's what
Okay. Well, that's okay.
Google Plus.
Well, you found me already, so find me again.
Yes.
And I don't know how you found me, so you can tell everybody. What did you do to find me so I can tell them?
Yes, no, found no. In order to make a note, not to make a note of you, teacher. I want to make a note of you, of
I,
your class teacher. Your
well,
kind of.
I don't know. Well, I guess you could go to you. I guess you could go to Google Plus and type in Priscilla. Uh, a-
Perfect.
and you'll. My camera isn't working today, Kiddaboom, so you won't see my image. But my
I'll do
image
it
is on
after
the
your
verbal.
lesson. Yes,
My
I'll do it after your lesson. Yes.
my image is on the Verbling page, so you'll know which Priscilla it is. So
Yes.
can I count on you to join me on Google Plus, Kiddaboom?
Oh, hello.
Yes, Kiddaboom.
Yes.
I'm
You
here.
do you know Google Plus?
Yes, I know.
Okay, find me on Google Plus and befriend me or whatever it is that you do,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and then I'll put you in the Verbling group, and you'll know when
Okay.
I'm having classes. You too,
Also, can
Daniel. Okay.
yes. Also, can I put your like a friend in Facebook, teacher? Yes.
Okay.
Also,
Did you send? Well, I didn't see the ones in Facebook, but I can't. I can't put you in the Facebook unless it's a verbally Facebook, unless you find me on your own, because anyway, you'll have to find me on your own, and then you can be added. But you have to find me on your own, okay?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Daniel,
Okay.
did you say you were going to find me?
Yeah,
Okay.
I try.
Okay, Daniel. Okay, guys. Thanks.
Thank you,
I'll
teacher.
see. I'll be off.
Alright.
I'm off for an hour. I'm going to go get lunch, and then I'll be back on at 12. So I'll be off for an hour, and then I'll be back. Okay, bye.
12.
Bye.
And you at 12 o'clock, teacher, 12 o'clock or not? 12 o'clock.
Well, it will be 12 o'clock my time. It's just not
Your time.
my time. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye, teacher. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.